Hey, it's Idk Whats Rc, and in this short video, I'll tell you my opinion about the evolution of combat. So many people ask me in PM what I think about it. Well, there it is. Okay, so first of all, I think that one of the good things about the evolution of combat is that it will attract more new players. So many of you guys probably think that it will simply ruin RuneScape because many players will quit. Well, it's kind of true. Many players will quit after the update because they simply don't like it. But in the other end, many new players will start playing RuneScape because of its new combat system that is more active and probably more interesting in strategy and things like that. Of course, if you're asking someone who already plays RuneScape, they will all say that they like the combat system right now because they are playing it. If they weren't liking the combat system, they would simply move on to another game and not play RuneScape. So they aren't really a good source for a survey. I don't really know how to call it. But anyway, you really need to take into consideration the whole gaming community. And if you take it into consideration, it's obvious that the most popular, I'm not saying it's the best, but the most popular one is active combat with a toolbar and things like that. Really more like a toolbar than the current RuneScape combat system. The evolution of combat also adds a lot more strategy into the combat. So right now we'll only talk about the PvE aspect of RuneScape or the PvM, whatever. So not the PvP. So for the PvP it's a whole different story. But anyway, I won't really discuss about that in the video. So for PvP or Slayer or whatever, there is kind of no strategy. Like you simply bring full bandas for every task and you use your cannon and Steel Titan to kill all the monsters. So with the evolution of combat, you won't be able to do that. You will need to adapt yourself and your gameplay to kill different monsters. Of course, there is still not a lot of strategy, but more strategy than right now. However, the evolution of combat also has a lot of bad things. So the first one is that you will need to be concentrated to be efficient. So right now, with the current combat system, you simply click on the monster and you're at the maximum efficiency. So with the evolution of combat, you will need to click different skills and be actually skilled in combat to be efficient. So that's a bad thing for many people, like me, for example, that prefers to be away from keyboard. But anyway, it really depends on the person. Because of that, many people might dislike the evolution of combat and its new combat system. They might simply find it less funny or fun to play or less enjoyable. But to be honest, I don't really play RuneScape for fun. Like, I play Halo for fun, I play Call of Duty for fun, but not RuneScape for fun. It's not really funny. Many people misuse the word fun for happiness or whatever, but fun is more for pleasure, while happiness is totally something else. So playing RuneScape still makes me happy, but not in the fun or pleasure aspect. It's more about rewarding experience. Like you have a goal, you work for it, you have a progression, and you're happy that way. Well, this is what makes me happy about a game, not really having fun with it. So whatever, this is my opinion. Of course, it might change depending on the person, but personally, the evolution of combat won't. Well, of course, it will make it less fun, but anyway, I don't really care about having fun while playing a game. I don't really play games for that aspect of. Especially not RuneScape. So for me, evolution of combat, it's still a goal. You still have a goal. You still work for the goal. You still have a progression. So for me, it's kind of the same thing. But of course, it will change depending on how you are and what type of person you are. So anyway, let's move on to the last element, the experience rate. So of course, with the evolution of combat, the experience rate will change. So far, it's not really a big change. Like for Slayer, it's about the same experience, but of course, the strategy is totally changed. Like it's not totally the same thing because you need new weapons, you need to adapt yourself depending on the monster. That simply bring full bandas every time. So yeah, the experience rate is about the same, but I'm sure that with time, people will find out more strategy to kill monsters faster, and it will be way more experience per hour than it is right now. So that's what I think. Of course, it can be wrong, and Jagex can still make changes about that, but I really think experience rate with combat will about stay the same, especially for Slayer, which is, for me, the only important part of combat. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the evolution of combat and what I think about it. Of course, your opinion may differ from me. Well, I really hope it differ. People need to have different opinion. So anyway, let's let's end this video and see ya.